What's a happening? How's everybody doing out there? Jason Brown, Javon, Brother Mark, Big Worm, Pantalones. How are you, my good friend? Dan Brock. I guess all these people are still in here. It took me a little bit longer than I expected, but I'm here. I'm here with bells on. No pants though. I'm not wearing pants. Let me get my little chat master up. I gotta find me first. There I am. How is everybody doing this fine? Me first. Ooh, I don't. That was some Inception type crap going on there. How you guys doing tonight? Oh, there's a Golick and a Michael Morgan and a Bees, and I'm tangled up in a cord. Oh, why so formal, Michael? Folks, hello, folks. And Mikey Rast, what's up, little brother Mikey? Are you guys kicking ass and taking names tonight? And if not, why? Because you should be. Marcos, our good friend Marcos. Welcome, welcome everybody. We had what felt like the first real summer day today. Temperature wasn't abnormally high or anything, but that dadgum humidity was up, so basically had to what's up there, brother Mark Herrera? Had to swim everywhere we went today because the air was just so liquidy and sweaty. How's the weather where you guys are at? 90 degrees today. However, the heat index, yes, it was. Yes, I think you were feeling the same thing we were feeling here, Mikey. It was rough. Z-Man, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Swam in the creek today. Hey, I bet that felt great, man. Warming, yeah. All the I feel like we're. You will, and I'm saving the best for last, Tim. I was letting you do your moderatorly duties. Running a little bit late, just in general. I was trying to get some videos finished up before I jumped on here. I ended up at a friend of mine's house, and I didn't want to go, but I hadn't seen him in a while. And when my other friend stopped by and said, "Hey, let's go to Pee Wee's house," I said, "No, I don't have time for that." But then, he's my friend, so I want to spend time with him. But every time we get over there, then it's hang out a little while longer, hang out a little while longer. So I got home a little bit later than I had intended. What's up there, Mateo? And you will not hear me scream tonight. I'm not in any position to be screaming. Eddie Hazel. Dude, that's I know the name. I feel like it's a comedian, but maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of another Eddie. know who Eddie Vedder is. Um, but I don't know this Eddie Hazel. I don't think. Or maybe I do, and I just don't. I can't. I can't call it. Is he a musician? Maybe. I feel like he's a musician, but I don't. I don't. I can't. Can't place that name. Leave it to Beaver. Why is Why are they holding Beaver? I mean, it's not even like the word beaver. It's just a little picture of a beaver. If you're gonna allow us to use the emoji, then Paul Ralph. Hey, what's up, brother Paul? Funkadelic. Oh, yeah. The guitar player for Funkadelic. Um, but not the one in the diaper. Wasn't that the bass player? Didn't the bass player wear the diaper? And thanks for joining us, Paul. Man, it's good to see you, buddy. And hello, Tim. Uh, Moderator extraordinaire, friend to us all, and a veritable saint and prince of the knife community, and good friend of mine. Um, yeah, I know who Eddie Hazel is now. Yeah, Bootsy Collins wore the diaper. You're right. Um, you would think they would have called him like Pampers Collins or something. It's had nothing to do with boots. Hey, I hate that you couldn't sleep, but I'm glad that you couldn't sleep, Paul, because now you get to join us for the insanity and hey, top dog and craziness that is one of our lives. And there's the juggling ninja. Okay, since I have apparently been unable to uh, navigate life with enough time left over to email you, Ninja, I'm just gonna just tell you what I was gonna email you about your basically your you being psychic. So okay, um, I had it been like 2 3 years ago. I ran across some guy wanted to buy. He was buying a knife from me, and then he also uh, was wanting to trade some stuff or sell some stuff, and like he really wanted to get rid of it, really needed it gone, and so I felt bad. And I was like, well, just give me a price, and I'll look into it, and I'll probably buy it from you. And I think he charged me like $15 because it wasn't a complete set. He said, I bought this 3 knife set a while back, but I lost the I lost one of the knives, so it's just a 2 knife set. So I'll sell it to you cheap. Well, the 2 knife set that I got from him was was these little guys here, and when you sent your package, you sent this little guy here, so you completed the set, which I thought was pretty freaking awesome. So now I have the complete set of those, and I think they are fantastic. And see, Pantalones is not a train conductor; he is a grain conductor. Yeah, right. And then there was the other psychicness, which I have put it up somewhere, was I have been eyeballing the small hunter for freaking ever because it's it goes back to that kind of old school folding knife with phosphor bronze washers, thumb studs, kind of like what Monterey Bay Knives did with the Old Guard. Kind of took it back old school with just the phosphor bronze washers, thumb studs, and uh, liner or frame lock, and I dig it. So I've been wanting to check that guy out, and here it is. So you are completely 100% psychic, and also um, some of the items that you sent also went into some giveaways one for the Eggs and Ham subscriber drive giveaway, which I've got the stuff, and it's horrible because I feel like I have an unfair advantage. I have pretty much filmed like the result video for the 700 subscriber giveaway, so I know who the winner is. You guys don't, and um, I added a channel for the subscriber drive, and I might add another one, so that I might have to do a little tweaking with that. But the snailer and um, the Spyderco Clip It tool ended up in that giveaway, and also our good buddy, our little brother Logan, that's recently started a channel, is actually, and it's pretty crazy, man. He's had it up for like 2 weeks, and or not even that, probably a week and a half, and he's already at 100 subscribers. So he's doing a 100 subscriber giveaway, and I mean, he's just a young fella, so he doesn't have a lot to give away. He reached out to a couple of, I think, manufacturers, he said, and then there's a couple of them that are going to send him stickers. But I thought it would be a wonderful gesture to send him the CRKT Obake, that's the fancy way to say it, I guess, to have a knife to give away to his loyal subscribers that he is so freaking excited about, man. It's just so awesome watching that guy, man. He's like so stoked about. He's like, man, dude, I'm at 115, and like they're just commenting, and it's so amazing. I don't know, it does your heart good to see him get so excited about it. So I felt that I couldn't resist. I had to help him out a little bit any way I could. Oh, brother Lone Wolf, what's happening, man? Todd Carr, my friend, welcome, welcome. Who else snuck in while I was flapping my gums? Hey, that was it's Logan's Daily Carry, Paul, and that's really nice of you, JN. That stuff originated from you, man, and I appreciate the fact that you thought enough of the EDC community to just basically pass your possessions along to be done with what we willed, and it was awesome to be able to contribute to the little guys giveaway. It just really did the heart good. And there's Ego. What's happening, man? Was just chatting with Ego not too long ago, and y'all not saying any specifics, but y'all keep Ego in your thoughts and prayers. He might be going through a little rough patch right now, so definitely send some good vibes out to him and the wonderful Miss Katie, because they may be dealing with some stuff right now that's not altogether pleasant. So if you got any kind words, just send them their way. I'm sure they'd love to hear them. Oh, and there is another Jeremy in the house. Mr. I Love Knives, how you doing, buddy? Jeremy, Jeremy Spalding, I think you should greet him with a hello, Jeremy. Just see how weird that is. Jeremy Spalding says hello, Jeremy, and then, well, it wouldn't, because his name isn't up there as Jeremy. It's up there as I Love Knives. But yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely thoughts and prayers. Ego, he is one of us for sure. Good guy, great guy. Um, he was one of the ones that I met in live streams. Just basically, you start talking like you've known each other forever, and still talking to this day. So that worked out great, and kind of like having a brother and sister-in-law. Okay, All right, that's just too weird, dude. There is definitely some intermingling of our fates and pasts in here because now I love Knives' nickname in high school was Worm, and his real name is Jeremy. And then Worm, his nickname now is Worm, and his real name is Jeremy. And yeah, okay, that's just odd. I might have to get off this live stream. I don't think I can handle that kind of truth right now. Oh, and also, you know what? I just wanted to say thank you guys because from my side of things looking in, uh, I just kind of asked you guys, hey, go give these channels some support, meaning, hey, go subscribe to them. But you guys, you didn't just stop with going and clicking a little subscribe button. I've noticed that you've immediately when you go over there, you've watched videos, you've left comments, you've given encouragement. Um, basically, hey, we're here for you. You need anything, hit me up. And I just want to say big ups because you guys are awesome, man. Like that's that is totally. I mean, I can't say it's unexpected because I know you guys are awesome, but you just freaking blow my mind every day as to how awesome you guys exactly are. And hello, Miss Katie. I hope you were doing well this evening. It's good to see you. Responding, everybody says hi to Zach stuff. I remember there was a little, and it wasn't controversy. It was actually good-natured ribbing. I remember Z-Man won a contest or a contest. He won like a giveaway. I think one of the SKL giveaways or one of Zach's giveaways. And jokingly, I said it's rigged. His name's Zach. And then the next thing I know, it came in. He came in and his name was changed to Z-Man. Like in the next live stream, I was like, "Oh, dude, I hope I didn't offend him. Like I was just picking. I know it wasn't rigged. Like, but yeah, I think it's funny that he still wants to, out of habit, throw up a welcoming hand and a hello when he sees Zach Stuff's name. And that dude, that is right, Paul. Like never. And the funny thing is, like I've been saying this for the past at least 4 years. Every time something crazy amazing happens, it's like man, this community never ceases to amaze me. This is the most awesome community that I've ever, had the pleasure of being a part of. And, and the funny thing is looking back on it, like it's done nothing but get better. Like it just gets like more crazy awesome every freaking day. Like more awesome people join. You form like more insane, like wonderful friendships and brotherhoods and sisterhoods and yeah, it's insane how I don't know. I feel like we could just take over the world, make the world like a whole like good place. Because I've said for years now, if the whole entire world would be a little bit more like this community, like it'd be an awesome place. So I think that we can just say hey to her in here, eggs. We won't eavesdrop in on your conversation. You can, leave little sweet nothing comments in the chat, and we won't pay any attention at all. I promise. But yeah, man. I mean, it's. I feel like we could total world domination, man. We could take over the world and just make it an awesome place. Y'all don't like me. Oh, dude, we like you every bit as much as the Zach man. He's the Zach man. You're the Z man, and yeah, we love both of you. Both of you guys are awesome. But I'm glad there was no offense taken because, um, yeah, it totally was not intended. It was totally a joke because I just thought it was humorous, a little, which I don't know the age, but your age well, hell, I don't even know Zach stuff's age, but it was almost like a little brother type thing, and Oh, he's looking out for his little brother. He rigged it so he could win. Yep, and Jeremy, I'm seriously, I'm going so far as not for the win. I'm saying for total domination. We're taking over the world, man. Hey, what's up, brother Dan? I'm glad you're back, man. I was afraid we'd lost you because I was a bit late dragging my sorry behind up in this live chat. But yeah, I wouldn't say deep so much as I don't know, just one of those constant appreciation for this community and how wonderful it is and how just insanely generous and kind and compassionate people are. And that is correct. Panalones is an awesome group of people, and it is very rare, man. Because I've been in several other, little hobbies here and there, and they'll have forums and uh, Discord and stuff, and none of them have been anywhere near n- uh, as awesome as this. And I hope you said that was the first giveaway you ever won. I hope it is not the last. I hope you have many more giveaways, uh, giveaway winnings to come, Z Man. Zach looks good for his age. How long has Benchmade been in his business? I can't comment on that because I've literally never seen Zach's. I've seen his hands. I guess his hands look good for his age, but that's all I've ever seen of him, except maybe like his torso. And but you can't really get a good gauge on somebody's age from their torso. There, that. Oh, I guess I'm oblivious, Ninja. I haven't seen a whole lot of which I don't. I have like my set lives that I go to, and the funny thing is, all you guys are in those lives, so it's just like this, pretty much, just a bunch of kick-ass people, chilling, shooting the shit, hanging out, telling jokes, a little bit of picking here and there, and it's all in good fun. No, actually, I'm afraid when we do see Zach's face, he's gonna have that's just a single horn coming out of his forehead because he's that unicorn. Um, you did send me a message. No, dude, go for it, Tim. Go for it for real. 100%, man. Matter of fact, I'll kick it off. I'm not the only one, that has fallen upon rough times, and uh, the guy that I'm talking about, he fell on hard times a while ago, and it's been a very tough road to hoe ever since then. So, if you guys uh, can find it in your heart to help our brother Tim, Monster Racing 38, out because he's kind of in the same boat. Well, not kind of. He is in the same boat I am. Single dad, just him and the kid, no outside help really. So when things go haywire, it's kind of like bad haywire. Uh, and I totally understand because I pretty much stay in that position if you can't afford to, donate or help or whatever. Just a kind word or even, sharing the link is huge, especially the kind word, man. You just don't know how good that makes you feel when somebody's like, "Hey, man, I heard what you're going through, and I'm sorry, and I'm totally here for you emotionally, and anytime you need to talk, I'm here for you." I mean, that just like I don't know, it's like taking a shot of whiskey or something. Kind of warms you right here. Gets you right here, and gets you right here, and warms you right here. Mr. McKenzie, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us. It's 106 degrees there. Where are you? So I know not to come visit because that's 106 is that's way above my threshold for my tolerance of heat. But honestly, I believe I could make an exception if I was toting a wee banner and a Laconico Angry Baby Bear in my pocket. I would just I would tough it out. Phoenix, yeah, no, 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 sir. You can have Phoenix. That, mm-mm. And I understand it's a dry heat. Yeah, well, I draw the line at like 80, but apparently the thermometer does not cooperate with me because it consistently gets above 80 degrees. So um, I just have learned to deal with it and suffer in silence. um, yeah. And Tim, dude, if you want to post your link in here, that's totally fine. I have no problem with it. I mean, you, you can post with anything within reason. I mean, I'd prefer you not post any porn links or anything like that, just cause. But yeah, I trust your judgment, man. So any knife links or anything you think people would be interested in, go for it. Uh, we roll easy around here. We're laid back and footloose and fancy free. Okay. Oh, Z Man got a Finch Cimarron today, dude. That's one. That is one Finch that I have yet to check out. Every single one that I have, I've loved, and I think they make absolutely amazing knives, and I like their style. And I mean, they're just like, I don't know. Every time I see one come out, I'm like, where did these guys come from? They're not from this planet to be coming up with just awesome designs like that. Just out of this world designs, just stuff you would never think to see, and stuff that's kind of odd sometimes, and it just works. Sorry, Jason Brown, man. I mean, we might make the occasional exception for you as long as it's softcore porn. We don't want to see any of the naughty bits bare. So yeah, you know, I know I may have come across as basically a porn superstar, and I know how that can be confusing to you guys and make you think that this is in fact a porn channel. But yeah, no, I'm sorry guys, it's not a porn channel. Um, and with the ratio in here, I'd prefer we not make it a porn channel. Angry naughty bits. Yes, there are angry naughty bits everywhere. It Todd Carr, I can stand behind that decision 100%, man. The holiday it's a whole different kind of knife, man. It's just uh I don't know, the action, and it's not just the fact that simple fact of the action. It's like the blade shape, the thinness of the blade stock and everything is just so just I can't even call it snappy. It's like flicky. It's got a flicky action. Oh, Z-Man, you got to keep us updated on that. Mr. Tri-State EDC was talking ad nauseum about his luck and fortune and getting a nimble, and I might be having a little bit of sour grapes here, but no, for real, that's an amazing looking knife, and I kind of feel like nothing against Vero, but kind of Vero kind of was the new kid on the block, and everybody was killing themselves trying to get one. I think it's chilled out a little bit because honestly, and I mean, again, nothing against Vero because they're good quality knives. I don't think they rate that kind of craze. But there's something about that nimble, man. It's a little bit different and a little bit special. I think it might kind of blow the popularity of Vero out of the water. So keep us posted on how that goes, man. All right, brother Paul. Well, you're definitely welcome to hop back on in if you get a chance. If not, it was great to see you, and I hope you have a good night. And be aware, there is an official live tomorrow with Justin from Blue Collar Survival, or as some of you may know him, Sales Guy. And if you don't, um, I, I'll see if I can find a link to his channel to post so you guys can go check out one of his sales guys videos, but only after clicking on that GoFundMe link up above and giving Tim's plight a read, because it's definitely worth a read, and it's definitely worth our help and our thoughts and our prayers and our care and concern and compassion, because I mean, I don't think a single one of you guys would have ever had a bad word to say about Tim, because he's that guy that you see whenever you know he's the first one that's going to say hello to you when you hop on a live stream or anything. You know he's going to have a kind word to say, a virtual pat on the back or arm around the shoulder for you. So yeah, just uh, we need to respond with the same, just like you guys always do, because it's we got about a room full of Tims here. There's just a I think we should make bracelets. Like the with WWJD bracelets, we make some WWTD bracelets for what would Tim do. We need to make that happen. Uh, it's so hard for me not to hum when I'm doing stuff because it soothes my inner attention deficit beast. I'm gonna have to make you go away, Mr. Grateful Panic, sir. Yes, and if it brings up daggum Jeff Foxworthy and those crazy cats again, when I type in blue collar sales guy, be upset. Not blur collar blue. Do it the old fashioned way. Just misspelling words and all. Yeah. Sut Bevol does not spell survival. Just in case you guys were wondering. There we go. I am making progress. I can never find the first one for some reason. And that's the best one because he's Justin. He plays like pretty much all the characters except for one. I think his wife plays one of the characters in the beginning, but my favorite character that he plays is if you guys know Steve Coleri, Super Steel Steve. He plays him in part of it, and it's pretty hilarious. You know how quiet Super Steel Steve is, and you never hear a peep out of him really, and to see him being acted out in a video is pretty nice. Whoa, wait, whoa! I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm totally like not paying attention and being a d bag right now. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Mikey. I mean, I know that's late as crap me saying that, but um, yeah, fuck cancer. Yeah, that's horrible, dude. I'm really sorry for your loss, man. And yeah, definitely. Hey, what's your friend's first name, Mikey, if you don't mind? You're good, dude. I would have face palmed me too if I was you. I mean, like pretty much. anytime I'm around, y'all can just keep your face palm emojis handy because there's liable to be one appropriate at any moment. And I'm with Z Man, and you know what, Tommy. Well, I broke this out. This has been in the cabinet for quite a while, and I don't know how it's going to be, but I think it's going to be pretty special. But this is some I don't even remember Holy City Spirits and Distilling Company, some artisanal whiskey. This is honey ghost pepper, and it has been saved for a special occasion. I think this is just special enough. Um, so yeah, definitely R.I.P. Tommy, and cheers. And I hope you're resting easy. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm definitely sorry to hear about your aunt and godmother, which is um, my aunt is my godmother too, so that's pretty crazy. Um, yeah, man, like, there's just so much horrible crap out there that takes wonderful people away from us way too soon. And I have I've just realized that. Oh, that's awesome, Todd. You know, thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. As selfish as it feels to say sometimes, when for all the people that didn't win their battle, it's so nice to see somebody win their battle and really stick it to that asshole disease. So I'm very glad to hear that, Todd, and I'm happy for you and your mother. With that, yeah, that honey ghost pepper is not. I mean, it tastes delicious, but it's not something you want to do several. It's got a little heat to it. David Iverson, welcome, my friend. Let's see if anybody else snuck in the back door while we weren't paying attention. And anytime I've said to lock that back door, I'm just joking, guys. Leave that thing unlocked so all of our friends can wander in, because it might just be the only uh, warm, dry place that they encounter, depending on their current situation. So nobody will ever be turned away. So Jason Brown has presented a proposal to us all that we get Tim tattoos, and I'm not sure if he means like just the name Tim on us, or if he wants us to get Tim's face, which I've never seen personally. I have no clue what the guy looks like. I just recently found out what he sounds like, and he sounds very Wisconsin. Oddly enough, with him being from Wisconsin. That's right, Mark. Uh, you know, except for the pricks, they get turned away. But and at least maybe show them a little bit of love as we're unceremoniously kicking them out the door, because that might be the only love those little hoodlums see that day, and that might be why they are the way they are. I'm not going to touch that, Tim, because I believe they do, but I will keep my mouth shut. And Tom, that I don't know how many of you are in a recovery type program, and I wouldn't say I'm like in a program. Well, this is my program now. The knife community is, um, but that's what I would call a god moment, when she just happened to find out what was going on with her body by falling and breaking a rib, and that's not something people do every day. So that was very fortunate, Todd. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. All right, Mikey. Yeah, man, dude, loss is so horrible. I'm sorry for all everybody's losses, man. Yeah, that's right, Mark Herrera. We do. We deal with the people that are dirty words, the pricks and the assholes. But we do, we still try to maintain a modicum of love, and we deal with them lovingly, because a, we don't want to stoop to their level, and b, everybody deserves to be shown some level of kindness. And yes, Tim does have a very high pitched voice. I thought he was using like auto tune with the chipmunk feature turned on the first time I talked to him. It very strange. Um, uh, but no, really, actually, it's the opposite of a high pitched voice. He sounds like what you would expect which I don't even know what kind of state. Wisconsin's not it's a northern state, maybe. Just your typical hockey player. He's very but not he's very intelligent, but yet he has that toughness about his voice. That is very true, Mark. You're nice until it is no longer prudent to be nice. Oh man, daggum, Jason. Yeah, I remember you mentioning you broke your bracelet not too long ago, and it really it upset you. That's a low blow right there that life dealt you, man. But I gotta say, you've got a very good outlook on life, and you've handled the adversity very well. Opposite of a high pitched voice, a low rumbling fart. Yes, he spoke with a very distinguished low rumbling fart. Holy cow, David! Daggone, man. And please, like the end of that story is that that saved her life, and she went on to beat the hell out of that uh crap tart disease that should be banished to Guantanamo Bay or worse. You know what's crazy? Like, and I don't know how this happened, but it sometimes uh, what people need just kind of manifests itself, and I don't know. It feels like some people kind of needed to, not really vent, but just express loss and express what it felt like to lose people, and then on the flip side, express what it felt like to have that relief of somebody being spared due to some, cosmic, like I don't know, just like a lottery ticket. Like, hey, here you go. Here's a gimme. Go to the doctor. You don't know what's wrong, but you're about to find out, and if you go now, you'll be able to beat it. So that's awesome, and I like the fact that everybody's so supportive. Everybody's so considerate with what they say, and even when they're expressing some really painful subjects that hurt them deeply, they're respectful. The people that respond are respectful, and I think that's kick ass. And it just really shows like another aspect of how everybody in this community is there for each other. And it's also nice to know that people are not scared to say the word prayer. It seems like anymore in this world, you say anything along the lines of prayer or God or anything like that, even if our ideas of God and prayer are completely polar opposites. we can still say the words and not be offended. But it just seems like people are so dead set on other people not saying anything that they don't agree with, that if those people do say something that they don't agree with, they're immediately offended, and it's just violating their rights as a human being to uh, uh, basically be a little candy ass. Whoa. Oh man, David, I'm really sorry to hear that, buddy. Like that's that's a tough one there, dude. And my condolences and prayers and thoughts and anything else you need. And I mean, it is encouraging that the community has helped you. Yeah, man. No worries, David. My pleasure, for real. And I don't know. I feel pretty certain, which I need to do better about. I'm I'm so what is it? ADOS, the attention deficit. Ooh, shiny. That I mean, it's horrible. I basically need to carry around a notepad in my hand, never in my pocket, in my hand at all times to stay abreast on situations that I've created in my life, much less just anything. But I keep meaning to just leave, which I'm going to make a template of what goes down in the description, and my email address will be in there. But I know most of you, like a lot of you guys, are on Instagram, and we follow each other. So there's the whole DM option. But I will put my email. Which freaking I don't get notifications about that I have an email, and I think I have too many email accounts, so I need to get rid of some. But uh, if you ever need to talk or just want to vent or bend a ear, don't ever hesitate to contact me with um, any concerns, anything, and anyway, any information you have, anything that any of my information that you have as far as how to get in touch with me, use it. Um, I mean, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a super private person, so because I just I like talking to you guys, so I want you to use them. So if you got take use my email address, use my uh, if you're friends on Facebook, message me on Messenger, DM me on Instagram. I have an open door policy. Uh, well, I have an open arm policy, so I will always greet you with open arms. Contact me anytime, man. And there is our good friend Pro X Bill. What's happening, brother Bill? It's good to see you, man. And Pat, welcome, Pat. Good to see you as well, sir. And Pat, and everybody that's in the chat chilling. Um, which I don't want to speak out of turn. Is your giveaway still going on, Pat? Because Pat had a very kick-ass giveaway going on, and we mentioned it in what's today? Oh, in the Tuesday night live stream. So if it's still going on, y'all please go check that out because he's giving away a ProTech 9 p.m. Sunday. Yes, so heck yeah, we're looking at 11:37 p.m. Eastern time on a Friday. So you've got almost 2 full day. Well, yeah, 2 full days to go. Well, a full day and 23 hours, I think, if my horrible math is correct, to go get in on his awesome giveaway. Ah, no, I don't want to do that show. Hit my DM up anytime. Yes. Yeah, I kind of figured that there weren't a whole lot of please don't contact me people in here. Everybody seems so open to communication and being there for everybody. So, and you know what? If you contact anybody and they get offended, oh well, that's tough shit for them because this is this is a community. Community is about communication, but I mean, basically, the two words start with the same bunch of letters and two syllables. Um, we got to communicate. Otherwise, we turn into basically the state of the world now, which is due to lack of communication and um, people listening to not very good sources. Let's just say. If I don't want to be bothered, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's going to be times when people are busy, and I don't think anybody's going to be rude about it. They're just going to say, "Hey, I'm busy. I can't right now," and you know, you've got a cajillion other people that you can turn to that aren't going to be busy, and when that person that was busy is no longer busy, I'm sure they'll reach out to you and be like, "Hey, man, sorry I couldn't get to you at that exact moment, but I'm here for you now." Joe, welcome, Joe. Joe is our. I'm gonna call him the. He's pretty much our honorary permanent co-host. He's gonna be the. Uh, he's the guy that anytime he feels like co-hosting a live on here, I told him to contact me. Even if I don't have one scheduled, just contact me because I'm pretty sure I'll be like, heck yeah, let's go do it, man. They need to take two fingers and swoosh the sand out of their that word. Yes, that is correct, Z-Man. There are too many people out there that apparently are just dying to make some pearls because they've got sand all up in their oyster, and they need to flush it out. Yep, that's exactly it, Mark. Assuming that whole making an ass out of you and me type thing. And the funny thing is, the first time I heard that was from my cross country coach in high school, and I just thought it was the most prolific thing I'd ever heard. And yeah, exactly. And I think every single one of us in here understand the meaning of a shit day, like because we've all had them. And you know, you're not trying to be rude, but sometimes things come across quite abrasive, and I think we have an understanding enough group of people in here to not hold it against that person. Now, if they're consistently abrasive, that's a different story. But if it's out of character, and you know, I feel like most of you guys would be like, "All right, well, when things are better and you're in a better spot, I'm here for you, and you can contact me, and more than likely." We're gonna want them to bend our ear as far as, hey, what was going on, man? What had you like that? Because that wasn't you, and I know something that must have been affecting you. So yeah. All right, let me make sure that I. Yeah, Joe, my pleasure, man. I mean, like you're just like you're part of the family. Oh yeah. Alrighty, I'll uh I'll reach out, Tim. But yeah, everybody in here is part of the family, and we may be a goofy, dysfunctional family, but we're family, damn it. Well, everybody, I would like you guys to welcome the very unabrasive Tom Weingart and show him some very unabrasive love. Um, but yeah, Jeremy and Todd both brought up good points and I kind of do the same thing. And usually I'll get a plethora a plethora of messages because I won't be specifically active that day because I'll kind of just be all up in my head and not wanting to be that abrasive asshole. So I'll kind of withdraw, and maybe not post as much or comment as much or even scroll or like or anything. And indubitably, I'm gonna get, hey man, hadn't heard from you today. Everything okay? And then you're forced to deal with it. And you know what? You get over it and you process it, and that person's there for you, and it feels pretty damn good. And you know what, Mikey? The only reason I didn't check on you is because that ugly assumption word. I just assumed that you were knee deep in female genitals, and I didn't want to bother you. I figured your little milkshake girl had her loving arms around you, and I did not want to interrupt that. And yeah, that's the perfect word for it. I definitely lurk if I'm in one of those states. So, is there anybody else in here that absolutely can't believe that this has been going on for almost an hour? Because it seems like it's been maybe 15 minutes or so, but golly. Oh, I like Adam Sandler. I blanked out there for a minute. Yes, that's a good point there, Ninja. That's very Sandler-esque. No, totally not. And especially when you're wearing pantalones full of patina, uh, every hour seems like 15 minutes. Yes, sir. If there's one thing that you are guaranteed to find here on the Panic Family Lives, it is definitely unabrasive love. The abrasive love is that's that's saved for outside of this room here and behind closed doors, and with, of course, the proper lubricant. Yep, you're never gonna get that hour back. That is an hour that is lost and gone forever, Z man. Yes, that would be some very, very lubricated abrasive love. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was. It kind of just struck me, Jason, that just the way the conversation was going, it kind of seemed like it needed to happen, and if it needed to happen, then and it happened in a healthy way, I'm all for it, man. And I don't know, that was probably the epitome of um, healthy outlet type shiz there. What's happening, brother Rusty? Yes, you definitely patinaed underwear with the Cheeto dust. Cheeto dust does form quite a nice patina. I don't have a clock anymore from my grandma passing away. Then going to college, my internal clock isn't really a thing anymore. It's like I'm back there, so I don't know how. Dude, I can't remember the last time I had an internal clock. I think it was supposed to. It was supposed to be one of those. What's the is it Citizen? Um, where and maybe Timex, where the movement of your wrist keeps it wound. I think that's what my internal clock was supposed to be, but it actually came with a battery and with no replacement, and the battery died a long time ago. Oh, that's a good point there, Jason Brown. How are you feeling? Oh, Rusty. I hope you, because I know you've been under the weather for quite a little while, so I definitely hope you're feeling better. And the one and only, thank God, um, Winchester Inc. is in the house, and we are definitely not worthy. Cellulitis sucks. I have heard that. I don't know the specifics of it, Rusty, but I've definitely heard that it is not a fun thing to deal with, and it is quite painful. So I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope there is some form of comfort for you to come. Oh yes, and we do have, and there might be more, but I mean I do know for a fact that our good buddy Pat is a medical professional, so there is that. Um, I'm sure he would not mind. I don't mean to volunteer him, but I'm sure if he's not having a shit day, he would not mind lending his medical expertise if anybody's, having some issues that they don't want to, speak on to a total stranger. And I'm not saying like all you guys go confide in him your weird medical uh, factoids. Just if you're going through something, be like, hey Pat, man, got any advice for this? Beaver Baron, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you. This is turning into just one big room full of cool kids. Anytime informal information. Yes, sir. Physical therapist. Okay, well, I'm getting mixed signals here because one person's saying that's awesome B for Baron and one person's saying that sucks Z Man. So I gotta figure that I gotta decipher this and respond accordingly. And while I'm deciphering this, y'all definitely keep our good friend Rusty in your thoughts because any family member in discomfort is unacceptable. Oh wow. Yeah, totally, Z man. Definitely got my condolences, man. Those, see, that's what I'm talking about. The whole horrible, like, good people getting taken away over some crap. And I know it's all part of life, and we learn to deal with it and we move on. But it's nice to have a support group like this where you can turn to. Hey, Jody Bear. I'm so sorry that I'm not quite as inebriated as Ryan was last night, but I hope I'm at least maybe 10% of the fun he is. And that's a that's another guy that's a really good dude. I don't know hardly anything about him. I've followed his TikTok for a little minute and recently followed his Instagram and YouTube. I know Jody could tell you a lot more about him because I think they're pretty decent buddies. But I don't remember his last name, but his first name's Ryan, and he's one big pikey on TikTok, and he's there's some combination of blades and booze and cigars and bourbon and other stuff on YouTube. But he's a really cool guy and really down to earth, really genuine, and I feel like he's one of us, whether he's in here or not. So yeah, I haven't. I have. There's a funny story behind that, Rusty, and I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, if y'all if maybe Tim or Rusty, because he's got a wrench, want to look up some links for Ryan and post them, like he's definitely worth a follow. He's a good guy. There you go. Big Red knows yeah, he's got the info on him. Um, so here's the story, Rusty. I was trying to get rid of our arch nemesis Q. It was a handful of live streams ago, and luckily you were on your way out. And I don't mean that luckily like you were leaving, like, ah, thank God Rusty was leaving. I mean, like, luckily at the exact moment I was making my horrible mistake, you were on your way out, so I don't think you noticed. But in my trying to get rid of Q, I accidentally blocked you, and I felt so like instantly bad about it that I was like, well, He's got to know that it was a mistake, because I didn't know if you were still kind of in the room or not, and I didn't want you to be like, oh man, what did I do wrong? They just blocked me. I'm blocked. So I just immediately made you a moderator to make up for blocking you. So you moderate away, my friend. Yeah, yeah, him and JB are buddies. I think he leans on Jody a lot as far as knife knowledge. He seemed to like he really had a lot of respect for Jody as far as his knowledge of knives goes last night. That was very evident. So yeah, did you hear about the guy that lost the left side of his body in an accident? I did not, but I would love to. One hit knifer. I sent John a box a while back and wrote a fun fact on the box. 40%, yes, 40% of well, I mean, and at the very least, Rusty, you got being the status of being a moderator out of my stupidity. So I figured that was at least fair. Um, but yes, apparently 40% of all lovely, cute, cuddly koalas have chlamydia. I don't know where they got it. I don't know if it's an active form of chlamydia, if they're just carriers, um, or if they're just out there willy nilly just spreading STDs to each other because they're just depraved. But yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he was drunk, Jody. I mean, well, I wouldn't say okay, he was drunk, but I don't think that took away from his respect for you at all. I believe he would have said that under or not under the influence of alcoholic beverage. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, I don't think you are, and if you do, Rusty, at least try to maintain a little bit of non-abrasive love because we don't. I can't afford that much KPL to go around for everybody just to be, uh, you know, basically unabrasive love everywhere because KPL is good, but it's kind of pricey. Yes, this was at a live stream. I inadvertently blocked Rusty trying to block Q because it all happened so fast, and I felt bad. So I was like, "Well, I'm making him a moderator." Th- Well, see that's part of the problem right there, Pat. The healthcare professionals of the world should take it upon themselves to educate the koalas on safe sexual practices and the benefits of condoms. So, it, Worm, if you're talking about Rusty getting blocked, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you were here. It was a live stream because, and I know I kind of communicated with some of you guys because somebody said I think he'd already left, so you're safe because I was really fretting about uh, hurting Rusty's feelings because he's such a nice guy and he's always so helpful and he's like, well, daggone, man, that's what that's the appreciation I get is they just block me. So I was like, guys, what do I do? I think I blocked him. And people were like, I think you just blocked Rusty. And I was like, no, I was in denial there for a minute. I was like, no, 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 that's all Q. All those, even the ones that say Rusty Knife Lover next to him, those are Q's comments that were blocked. So the one big pikey thing. I mean, yeah, no, he wasn't on one of these live streams. He was on his own TikTok live stream. And this was last night, and yes, they were chilling like a villain. And um, yeah, he's a very interesting dude, and not interesting in like weird way. He's funny. He's a very humorous guy, uh, and he likes the word beautiful, but he puts butthole after it instead of people. Yeah, yeah, I totally misunderstood that, Worm. That you and Mikey were on the same page, and I was in like a totally different book. But yeah, that was last night on on Ryan's TikTok live. Yeah, David remembers it. I panicked a little bit, and yeah, definitely be for prayers for our our brother and our captain. Actually, that's I officially dubbed Jody our captain, our captain, a long time ago because he is our fearless leader. Even though he may not want that um, position, it it's a skirt that fits him perfectly, made out of grass, and he's kind of stuck in it whether he he likes it or not. Oh yeah, thanks guys. Everybody remembers me blocking Rusty. Just rub it in. I remember that night you were a total asshole and you blocked one of the nicest guys in the world for nothing. JB does work for a living. That's why he was. Thanks, Ninja. Another one, another guy that remembers me blocking Rusty. Any more? Well, let me go back and see who hasn't responded about me being a jerk, and maybe they can chime in and weigh in on this subject. He has. He has the. He wears the distinguished grass skirt of leadership, and I feel like I don't know. There's got to come an SKL where we just all stand on our desks and chant "Oh Captain, our Captain." I know that's, but I think all of us are a little bit like that, Rusty. We do something that probably nobody in around us has noticed, but we're so freaked out about. Oh my God, somebody's going to notice, and we make it worse. And I did. I know you didn't, Mikey. And I was joking. I know none of you guys were calling me a jerk, but I felt like a jerk, and so it seemed appropriate for to act out like you were all calling me jerks, calling me what I deserve to be called, Captain Big Red, little Captain Big Red. We did. Oh, you got to be like you need a signature pose, Jody, like Captain Morgan. Well, and all right, we've got to specificate worm. I think there needs to be certain videos, like just a certain series of videos of his choosing, of course, that would require the grass skirt. Not because that would just kind of take away the specialness of the grass skirt if he wore it for every video. But maybe I don't know. Uh, he could. Well, no, we don't see the skirt there. We don't ever see the skirt. When would we see the skirt? Channel chats, maybe? I mean, you do front facing camera there, but we don't see the waist down, which we don't even know if you're wearing pants in those videos, Jody. You know what? It might not even be a matter of you not wearing the grass skirt. You might not be wearing anything at all downstairs. Rough Rider reviews in the grass skirt. I like that. But see, and you would have to. That would be a full body front facing camera. You at a blackboard with the little stick or like a pointer or something. And yeah, that's it. That's why it does. He has nothing to carry his knives in, and that's why you never see fixed blades up there because er, cuts in sensitive places. We don't want to uh, slip with a fixed blade and end up missing things that are very important to us and hopefully our female companions. That's Free Fallin' by Tom Petty, Mikey. And probably throughout my life, every 7 out of 8 times I hear that song, that I change the words to that. Some people call it going commando. Rough Rider, fishing knife, copper, and black bone for me and my brother and love it. Ooh, that sounds like a really gorgeous knife with copper and black bone, and it is a Rough Rider fishing knife. I am very enamored with the hedgehog, um, the what is it? The classic carbon, the half hawk that Jody has, and that rhino toe. Man, there's just something about that rhino toe that makes my nipples tingly a little bit. Like I really want to experience that guy. Buff doing it. Well, I mean, honestly, Tim, it depends on the size of the kit as far as that goes. Some people may need the mini, some people may need the full size, some people might need the XL. And in that case, I think Kaiser should take over the manufacturing of the cut kit because they're good at the size thing. Um, I don't recall. You're gonna have to play that back for me, Mikey. I don't. Oh, you little hoodlum! That guy is in that knife. You weirdo. The cut kit Magnum. Oh, dude, you know what? I'm a freaking Riri. I'm sitting here like talking to you guys, and I'm not even in the live chat. I'm just got top chats pulled up. See, and Z-Man, there's actually no such thing as an accidental piercing. It's more like a fortunate happenstance, and then you just embrace it and roll with it. Yeah, exactly. That's the way we show respect, and we pick on people. Uh, Take KC for example. I mean, honestly, if you guys want to know the honest to God's truth, I respect the hell out of KC. I think he's a great guy. I think he's very intelligent. I think he's like super nice. But he's just fun to pick on because he rolls with it and he takes it so well. And Mikey, now's not the time, buddy. I'm having a shit day. Okay, just take it to somebody else. Yes, we do. We love to give him shit in a nicely wrapped package with a beautiful bow on it and hand it to him with a smile on our face. Yeah, and that's one thing I found, Mikey. I don't think I've run across a single person in this community that can't take as well as they receive. And some even better. I think he's a little bit intimidated by your intelligence, Winchester, and your quick wit, and also you've got your finger firmly on the pulse of uh, current events. Like you're very in tune with current events and humor. You have you have a very hilarious sense of humor as far as that goes. I mean, as far as anything goes, really. But you have a special knack for uh, just I don't know relating anything in everyday life to uh, celebrities. I mean, I don't know. You just have a knack for saying some funny shit. How about that? Does that work? You accidentally. I mean, that happens, Mark. Yeah, no, I do too, Tim. It's like I'm gonna give you shit. I'm gonna feel horrible about it, but I'm gonna give you shit. And it's gonna be hilarious, and then I'll probably give you a hug and apologize later, and tell you it was all in good fun, and hope you understand. Yeah, that's how I am, Rusty. And the funny thing is, so this is actually a very interesting story. So I had a coworker. I still have. Well, she hasn't been back to work since. because we're laid off as crap, but just randomly every other week we might get called in to work a day for like 2 hours, which is pointless for us, but it's great for the school because things get done that other people that don't really want to do it don't have to do. But so I haven't seen her since we took the layoff. I've seen just about everybody else that I work with. But so this person was she's not a she's not a bad person. I think she's been through a lot, and so she kind of has that gruff exterior to as kind of a defense mechanism. And yeah, me, if somebody has that, I'm just gonna be super nice to them, and I'm gonna joke with them, and try and make them laugh, just to put them at ease, and hopefully like get rid of a little bit of the awkwardness in the room. But it wasn't working with her. And she I don't want to say makes a big deal, like it's she makes a big deal and it's not a big deal, but she frequently discusses how she's allergic to cinnamon. And one day it was during a brunch shift, and we make like crap ton of French toast during those brunch shifts, and we go through a lot of cinnamon. Well, she was standing over near my flat top, and I needed to get there to make some more French toast, and I had to go get the cinnamon. So I had this cinnamon container in my hand, and I said, "Hey, you better watch out. You don't want to stand in my spot too long because I've got your kryptonite." Well, she said something. I don't even remember what her exact words were, but she was like, "Oh, you're going to threaten me with something I'm allergic to," and I thought she was joking because I was like totally joking. Well, then I start noticing that she's singling me out over these weird things that aren't even like an issue. Like one day I came in and I had my drinks with me, and if any of you guys have ever worked in a kitchen before, like most of the kitchen is a like no drinking, eating zone. Like you don't have your own food, you don't eat, you don't drink, you don't mess with any of that. Well, we have one area at the front of the kitchen, like right at the entrance of the dining room, that's like our designated, keep your drink there so you can go by and get you a swig every once in a while zone. And I had brought my drinks in, I set them up there, and she came up and she kind of threw her hand on her hip and she said, the kitchen is no food and drink zone, right? And I said, oh, yeah, yeah, I do. Yes, I'm aware of that. I really didn't know how to respond because I didn't know what she was getting at. She was like, well, you have food and drinks up there. And we've got this big dry erase board that hangs on the wall, and it has a big paragraph that says, no food or drinks in the kitchen, with the exception of the window at the front of the kitchen, which that was the window uh, where the stuff was. And I said, well, yeah, that's our designated area to put our food and drinks. She said, says who? I said, well, the manager, and it's on the board up there. Well, you're going to have to show me. I mean, okay, it's 10 feet away. Take a walk. Let's go. It's right here. But she read it and she looked around and she mumbled something and walked off. And I was like, this is really odd. Like, why was that even a thing? Well, it came down to it was getting very uncomfortable for me to go to work because I felt like this person was out to get me, and I could not for the life of me figure out why. Like, she literally came up to me one day and she was like, "Why do you give me so much hell?" I said, "Well, because I like you. I pick on people that I like." And again, me assuming with people joke like me, she goes, "Well, I don't like you one bit." And I was like, "Oh man, that's horrible. I hate to hear that," and walked off. And she was being legit. She really didn't like me. Well, come to find out, she approached me one day at work and she was like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah." And she pulled me into one of the rooms. She was like, "Look, I've had a problem with you because I kind of felt like you were out to get me." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry I gave you that idea. Like, what did I do to give you that idea?" She said, "Well, there was the one instance where you threatened me with cinnamon, which I'm allergic to, and I kind of couldn't respond at the moment because I was so taken aback that she literally thought I was threatening her with the cinnamon by saying, 'I've got your kryptonite.' And then she said, 'There was another instance where you threatened me with a broom.'" Well, this instance was I was probably like a good 8 or 9 feet away from her, and I came around the corner, and she just kind of glared at me, and I picked the broom up like a lance, like I was jousting, and I was like, "Ah, I'm gonna get you, ha ha, hee hee." laugh, laugh." And apparently, it was a very threatening faux jousting maneuver that I did, and she thought I was wanting to physically harm her with this broom. So which is why she apparently had a problem with me, because she thought I wanted to do her bodily harm. But we squashed that, and it was it's been it's been quite the source of entertainment and humor for me ever since. But that happened. So yeah, and I think she is a weirdo beaver, but like I said, I think she's been through a lot. She doesn't come from the most privileged of backgrounds, and I think the people that she has surrounded herself with have not been the most supportive and uplifting of people, and maybe like the opposite of supportive enough uplifting. So I think she just basically assumes that everybody is that way because that's what she's used to. Um, but in a way it was humorous, in a way it wasn't. So, but yeah, it depends on the woman, I guess. Jason Brown, and you beat a woman with a broom? Man, I can't be. Well, wait, who was it first? Oh, well, yeah, her. Yeah, she totally deserved it. We're still friends. Cool. Um, yeah, and she is like super uptight because there's other um stories of used to where we work. People brought their kids to work like regularly, and they would just like the kids would, which is kind of weird to me. They just, I guess, wander around the kitchen and entertain themselves. But apparently, one day she had brought her kids, uh, two young daughters, like I guess like maybe 3, 4, 5 age range, and one of the guys that worked there, who was, from what I've heard, like just a big teddy bear, just the nicest guy you could ever meet, was trying to engage the little girls in conversation. Was like, "Hey, so what do you little girls like to do? What's your hobbies? What do you do for fun?" And she apparently like flipped out and basically stranger dangered him and told him to get away from her children. And so, like, I think after that, we're not allowed to bring our kids to work anymore. So I guess she's just been exposed to a lot of things that many of us haven't, and it it's become her norm, I guess. Hey, Mikey, guess what? I am also allergic to penicillin, but not I don't think no, maybe no, yes, amoxicillin. I take the other Cillin or the anti-Cillin or whatever, but yeah, I'm allergic to that crap too. um, I that brings up a good point, Jeremy. At one of my jobs, there was a lady we worked with who wasn't the friendliest of people in the world, and so I don't know what happened. I think it was just like one of those, either the broom wore out, it was just an old one, but it was kind of broken, and she was one of the office personnel. She brought it into the shop, like out on the shop floor, to throw it away, and she threw it in the trash can, and I was like, "Oh," I said, "that's horrible." She said, "What?" I said, "It was too far gone for the mechanic to fix it. They basically totaled it." I don't know if she got it at first, but I think she eventually got it, and she wasn't very happy. Beat Bobby Broom 6. I was being a butt to her and cornered her right where her room was. Yeah, you never corner your parent in the vicinity of a weapon. That's like going and picking on John Wayne, and right before you start picking on him, you kind of toss him an M16. I was playing in a lumber pile and stepped on a nail. Mother sent out brother to find it. He steps on the same nail. I bet your mother just stopped having you guys try and help each other, huh? She's like, you go, your brother got hurt again. You go to your room and just lock the door. Get under the covers, and I'll take care of this. What? And in their defense, Pat, it's kind of like a motorcycle. you really got to pay attention to motorcycles on the road because they tend to fit in your blind spot, and the same with brooms. They're very hard to spot and on the road, and they'll get in your blind spot in a heartbeat. And next thing you know, you've rear-ended one, sideswiped one. And, there's some poor hapless witch laying on the ground with bits and pieces of busted broomstick all around her. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, guess what, guys? I just realized that I had alluded in the past to, since we're just all having a good old time sitting around and sharing stories. Whenever there is a break in the conversation, I feel like I can share um, some of my military stories, which was Brother Worm's request. So um, when you when you're finished talking about your horrible wife drivers and how they've totaled many brooms, we can. And okay, we're gonna substitute the word witch, and and which I feel like 99% or well, at least 90% of you guys are in pretty healthy, happy relationships. But for the guys that have been in unhappy relationships that were, maybe not totally your fault, did the person you were in a relationship with have a real problem with when they were just acting completely crazy and you were like, hey, whoa, why are you acting so witchy right now? Did they fly off the handle and tell you that you were calling them a witch and not to call them a witch? Broom pilot. Yeah, use the term broom pilot very loosely as far as my exes go. Um, they got their broom flying license from a Cracker Jack box. So Pat, you've been married 22 years and you're not sure if it's happy, but you're still there. I don't know. I feel like there just comes a time in a marriage that where you're like, well, I ain't pissed at you and I don't hate you, so I guess I'm happy. Cool. Fist bump. Let's roll with it. Ex-wife was wicked, really. So like legit, like magic with a K type witch. Um, a single Pringle. N- Never heard that phrase before, Mikey, but it sounds like a phrase that your typical virgin would use. I'm a single Pringle over here. See, you have to say you're acting like a witch. Right? See, is the right now the emphasis? So if like you just saying why are you acting like such a witch? You have to throw the right now. That's where I was messing up big time. Quit acting like her mother. And and apparently, like women completely hate. I mean, and not all women. I'm not using that as a generality, but like troubled women, they really hate their. And I guess maybe what they see as their biggest flaws, they don't like those pointed out. They get very adamantly, "I'm not that way towards you," and even if you bring it to them with like the biggest basket of love that you could possibly muster up, they ain't having it. You're being very insulting. Well, see, no, and see, I didn't do the whole always have to act like a witch. I would just be like, "Why are you acting like such a witch?" Or crazy. Why are you acting so crazy? I'm not crazy. Don't call me my mother. I mean, I didn't. I mean, yeah, your mother's crazy, but I just said you're acting crazy, and your mother was not mentioned. Dad, go. Oh, there's a good one here. Well, I mean, see, that's only fitting, Jason. You're just such a jam up dude. Like, I don't know, a guy like you, he's the guy that you just assume is going to end up with the perfect wife, and they're just going to have the happy marriage forever and ever because they're just both awesome people. Like her friends assume the same about her as your friends assume about you. It's just I mean, it makes sense. Oh yeah, the mother. Don't bring up the mother. We discussed that before, Worm. You do not bring up the mother. And I mean, if you do, it's all like that horrible person. Like you, I'm so glad you don't act like her. But don't you definitely don't be like, yeah, you're kind of acting like your mom right now. Like there's a whole. She hits a whole another octave of I don't know what you would call it. It's you need earplugs though. Use no, don't use you cannot use the always. It's not like you bounced around and got a lot of bumps and bruises and probably some lacerations, but you don't remember specifics of what you hit and what hit you. That see that I like to hear that too, like big time worm that And see the thing is, had you not been with your first wife, you might not appreciate your current wife like you do now. And I've always looked at a horrible relationship as this is going to help me appreciate my next relationship, but that relationship worth appreciating never comes along. It's just like, oh god, good lord, like one day I'm going to hit this awesome relationship and I'm just going to appreciate the hell out of it because of all these. But um it's getting close to closing time, and this perfect relationship hasn't come along yet. So yes. And see, I've heard that it's easy to confuse crazy with enthusiastic, and I mean, some people are just batshit enthusiastic. Married a good Catholic girl. Right on. Right on. That's awesome. And see, the good thing about Catholic girls is they have a great sense of humor. I mean, people chalk them up as being like uptight, and no, Catholic girls have a killer sense of humor. And see, that's great, Worm. And I bet you've thought about that like plenty of times. Like I, I don't know, I feel like it's an ongoing thing every day with you, where you're just like, oh, thank you so much for bringing my wife into my life because oh Lord, that last one, whew, but this one, man, too, big ups, God, you did a good job with that. Well, see, and that you've got to experience the bad, Mikey, or you won't ever be able to appreciate the good. You'll just take it for which I'm not saying you're the take it for granted kind of person, but there is the potential to take things for granted if you've never been in a bad relationship. Um, and getting stagnant and like I wanted to give relationship advice, but the running the risk of things going stagnant and stand still and is never good. So get out there and experience some stuff, Mikey. Um, dip your wick, if you will, if that's how you want to put it. Just remember to disguise your cussing. Yes, I'm with the Catholic girls, right? Not, are you talking about me specifically, like on this live stream? Yeah, and see, Winchester, that's where there's this fallacy that women mature much faster than men. I mean, just because you like walk stuffy and stiff and say stuffy things does not make you mature, like emotionally and mentally. You can still be a little immature C word and be stiff and proper and prim and all that crap. It's about how you deal with you know, things picking your battles. Like to me, and I guess I've just never found the girl that sees it the same way, but picking your battles is the biggest thing in a relationship. If you want to fight every single battle with your partner, like that's all you're going to do is fight your entire relationship. You've got to figure out things that you're willing to compromise on, and hopefully the two of you are willing to compromise on enough things that you know you're arguing and fighting is to a minimum. And the this past one that there was no, it was every battle. She was a dedicated soldier. She wanted to fight those battles. She was, you know, she came rucked up and ready to go. And yep, Canadians, those Canadians that we deal with on a, yeah, but yeah, the I mean, I gotta commend her on her fighting spirit, but I just my fighting spirit had long left, and I wasn't that, about that life anymore. Um, okay, Mikey, a little tooting the horn, just a little. You get, come on, dude. You got to admit it. There is some horn tooting going on in there a little bit. Not that's not. I'm not saying that's uh, your main intention behind what you were saying, but there is some horn tooting going on. So we can't say not tooting a horn. Crafting. See, that sounds a lot like our good friend Steven Anderson. Um, Wee Patty from across the shook. Uh, Patty's potato peelers. He's got his knives and she's got her knitting and stuff. Lucky and found out bad relationship before we got married 3 times. Fourth time I was engaged was the only marriage I had. I was 45 when I got married. Wow, David. See, I'm yeah, I'm right there with you, but I said go big or go home. I married them all. It was, I think it was like I was on a mission. So, are you, we're dating? No, no, we're gonna get married, and then it's gonna end, and we're gonna hate each other, and um, but I'm gonna have cool stories to tell people later to hopefully make them laugh. So, uh, don't mind me as I'm taking notes while you're being a lunatic. Sell the chicken, buy a knife, dude. See, but I never could get enough money for him to get a good, decent knife. It was kind of like I was Ganzo range usually, like and that was like an auction and raffle, dude. Like it wasn't even uh, you know, BNIB, um, only taken out for pictures, never flipped or never cut anything type deal. It was uh, basically user best offers appreciated. Please hook me up and throw a guy a bone and offer me something for this thing. And I'm hitting eBay later to check out the Ganzos. And you know what, Ninja? I think I respect you even more that you refuse to shave off your proto goatee for a woman. And oh, dude, hey, no Bogart and the wife sisters, Tom. Just and well, hell, has she got any cousins like that share similar uh, personalities and beliefs? Jason B. Cause I'll settle for a cousin. Uh, Tom can have the sisters. Kevin, where's it? Kevin? Kevin. Not Lefty Kevin, not Lefty Nut Kevin. Are you that guy? What's happening, Kev? We are I mean, there's a sprinkling of knives in this conversation. We're just talking about all kinds of uh, wonderful things in here, and my stomach hurts from laughing. And I hope we were able to uh, donate a giggle to your life there, Ego, because I feel like you at least had to be giggling, thinking, "What a bunch of idiots." Well, Lefty, I'm going to go ahead and advise you right now. Don't ever turn off troll hunters for this. That's quality cinematography. And wait, okay, crap. I saw sister. I thought Jason had gotten back with us on the sister thing. Um, but yeah, no, don't ever cut off troll hunters for this. We are vibing. Mikey. I'm going to take it one step further. We are vibing, no cap. Had her repeating herself constantly. What? Ego, I can only control the volume here. I can't control the volume in your car. The manufacturer put a knob in your vehicle for that. And I'm sorry it's not automatic, but you have to just reach over and turn it down. I think Lefty approach to meeting a girlfriend. I would be single forever. Yeah, but if you finally did end up with a girlfriend, like her detent would be amazing. So it's kind of got to weigh the pros and cons there. Crappy detent or higher standards. Turned up to keep the. So are you saying like I'm like Caesar Milan? I'm the dog whisperer, Ego? Because if so, I think there's a fee in there that you might owe me for using my expertise to keep your pets calm. All right, Tom. Well, thanks for chilling with us, man. I appreciate you hanging out, and I appreciate your input. It has definitely been a fun night. And come on back anytime, buddy. Nah, yeah. Hey, but I don't know. Sometimes spending that little bit of extra on your dates is worth that that firm detent. I don't know what we're uh, making detent equal to on. I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel like Kevin, yeah, definitely either has nightmares about bad detents or nightmares about women with bad detents. And I feel like the women with bad detent streams are a little bit more horrifying than the knives. Yeah, I mean, Michael is definitely right. You know, sometimes the pivot is everything. A 1-year-old's party tomorrow. All right, Kev, love you too, buddy. Hey, um, give that little lady lots of love from us, man, because she's a special kid, and these are those memories that you want to hold on to, buddy. So enjoy the hell out of them. And I don't know. Yeah, no, I would not want to. How did you explain that one away? Pray tell, Beaver Baron. Partner's hatred of it. Um, no, I'm pretty sure my ex hated every knife just because I own them. So it was a given. GOEDC. Yes, definitely a good lube and cleaning should help with the bad detents. Geo, I agree wholeheartedly. So if you guys are experiencing um, bad detents, just I guess hand her uh, some body wash and baby oil maybe, and tell her to hit the shower. Wait, So, am I to assume that Jason Brown got an invite to um, the EDC Princess's birthday party tomorrow, and none of the rest of us did? So Jason's like that kind of special, and we're not. Appreciate that, Kev. That kind of stings a little, buddy. Oh, I see what you did there, Kev. That that was clever. Just started the poking at the lady in the lunchroom. That daggum broom. Yeah, a bad detent does tend to make at least loose with their money, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it would. Let's just say she's challenged in the. I can't say that. I don't want to, because that word. Um, just very relaxed. Just relaxed. We're gonna use relaxed. We're not gonna use loose. We're gonna use the word relaxed. Yeah, it's Kevin. She's 1 year old. Tim. Um, it's yeah. I think that's pretty awesome seeing the youngsters hit those milestones. He says, "Love you all, even monster." Come on now, it's not his fault he didn't know, Kev. He's probably busy just being nice to the people around him all day, so he didn't catch the news update. Whoa, who's the new guy? Ninja, who's the new guy? Who's Jaden Breon? Yeah, and definitely happy birthday to the young Mistress Johnson, and I hope it is the most spectacular birthday and everything that her parents dreamed of, because she ain't gonna remember it. We had a spelling joke once. Oh, I actually have a joke. And I don't know how bad the lag is and if it's just gonna totally mess it up, but I thought this was a pretty funny joke. It made me laugh a little bit. So this guy, well, there's three guys. They're chilling outside of St. Peter's office, kind of I guess the foyer to heaven, and St. Peter's making his decisions on who gets to enter and who gets to spend all of eternity in uh, the fiery lakes of hell. And wait, whoa! So it's Jason's daughter's birthday too? Right on. That's awesome. Two little future EDCers' birthdays going on today. Happy birthday to both of them. And just like I hope, um, Kevin's daughter doesn't have his pickiness about detents, I hope Jason's daughter does not grow up to have his wonderful beard. But these three guys are sitting in the foyer, if you will, and St. Peter calls the first guy in, and he's like, "So, in order to determine whether or not you are worthy of entering the pearly gates and walking down the streets of gold, tell me how you died." And the guy said, "Well," he said, "man," he said, "I came home to find my wife butt naked in the bed, covered in sweat." And St. Peter said, "Oh no, did you catch the guy?" He said, "Man, no." He said, I searched every closet, up under the bed, every nook and cranny in that apartment, and I couldn't find him. So I I needed to get some air. I was really hot and just upset, and I went out on the balcony and I looked down and I happened to see uh, a set of fingers clinging to the edge of my balcony, and I knew right away what was going on. So went in and I grabbed one of my wife's high heels and I commenced to slobber knocking the guy hanging from my balcony until he fell to the street below, but he still wasn't dead. So ran in the house. I muscled the refrigerator out onto the balcony, shoved it over the edge, which it ended up landing on top of him, but in the process, it pulled me over the edge as well, and that's how I died. And St. Peter said, "Well, that's a heck of a story, man." He's like, "Just based on the merits of that story alone, I'm gonna say, hey, welcome to heaven." So St. Peter heads back to the waiting room, and he calls the next guy in, and he says, "Well, I don't think you're gonna beat the last guy's story, but go ahead and tell me how you died." The guy said, "Well, I'm a professional window washer." And he said, "I was washing windows on the fourth floor of this condo building, and my rope broke, so I fell and just happened to grab hold to the balcony of a third floor apartment." And he said, "I was trying to pull myself up, and the next thing I know, this guy started wailing on me with some hooker's shoe, and I fell to the street, and then he threw a refrigerator on top of me, and I died." And St. Peter's like, "Wow, that's a pretty good story too, and actually kind of ties into the last guy's story. So, hey, welcome to heaven, my friend." And so he goes to the waiting room and he calls the third guy in, and he says, "Now I know you're not going to be able to top the last two guys' stories, but hit me with it. And how'd you die?" The guy said, "Well, there I was sitting in a refrigerator, minding my own business." Oh, Jason Brown is leaving, and happy birthday to all the young EDCers of this fine community, and may they grow up to be half as cool and as awesome as their parents are at this present moment. That poor guy. I guess it, and hiding in the refrigerator kind of served a dual purpose. He could like cool off and get rid of all that sweat and be out of the eyesight of the husband who may or may not have come home early. And I gotta say, guys, this has been I don't know. I guess I would call it a kick-ass live stream. I have thoroughly enjoyed this, and I'm not ending it quite yet unless you guys are ready to. But I felt the need to say that I really have enjoyed this live stream tonight. I enjoy them all, but I don't know. This one's just like kind of been a little extra special. Yeah, exactly. See, Rusty, right there. The wives complain about, or some wives complain about their husbands and their consumption of beer. But if this guy had just taken a second to calm down and went and got him a frosty beverage, uh, that poor window washer probably wouldn't have lost his life needlessly, and neither would the poor jilted husband, unless, of course, I mean, he got into some kind of altercation with Fridge Boy and another freak accident happened. But I think the moral of the story is, uh, if you come home and find your wife sweaty and naked in the bed, before making any rash decisions or actions, go have a beer. You have to take the pills too. Oh man. So that story hits really close to home, huh, Jody? Dang. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear it. But and my question is, what led him to that refrigerator? What were the circumstances in his life that led him to seek refuge in a refrigerator? Stitches get fridges. So do guys that sleep with other guys' wives, apparently, and window washers. That poor guy got the fridge big time, and he was just trying to make the windows of that condo building a cleaner place. That's probably, you know what, Joe. I think he hit the nail on the head. He was probably just making a sandwich. Um, Normally, I'll just go ahead and climb on in the fridge if I'm making a sandwich. I've gotten a lot of weird looks over the years, but I've also gotten a lot of kick-ass sandwiches. And yet, that's a very good point to bring up, Tim. That Rusty and Jody could both use our thoughts and prayers. And well, you didn't use the Finnish word for fridge, Michael, or it would have. But yeah, both of them are going through some odd health issues and are experiencing a lot of discomfort and unpleasantness, and they could definitely use our thoughts and prayers and uh, kind words. Honestly, some positivity, like you all you guys have, and maybe I don't know. I think honestly, I think the one of the best like laughter is the best medicine services we could provide is just have Winchester call people and tell them his jokes. They would more than likely not be in a bad mood after that. So yeah, he see this exactly, Jared. He was fixing a sandwich, and he was in the Pacific Northwest over the past week or so. With him and Jody being friends, of course, he lived in Washington or that area. So yeah, you get hot, you're hungry, you climb in the fridge, chill, and make you a sandwich of whatever's in the fridge. So it might end up being like pickles, Vienna sausages, and Keebler cookies. Well, you know what, Jody? A lot of people are worse off than a lot of other people, and but you're not a lot of people. You're our Jody Bear, so we're gonna just do a little bit of being concerned about you, if that's all right with you, my friend. A mustard sandwich, yes, or even a Other groupie stories. See, dude, and he wouldn't even need payment. His see, Winchester's easy. Like you can probably pretty much get any favor out of him in the world with no payment at all, save just one simple groupie story. If you got a groupie story, I believe Winchester would probably build you a 3-story house with his bare hands. And yeah, prayer is a powerful tool. And you know what, Rusty? Like, I know I don't know what everyone's belief in here is, but even if you don't believe in like a supreme being, higher power type thing, just the simple fact that um, prayer kind of breeds positivity and a positive outlook tends to solve a lot of problems. I mean, it's been proven that negative outlook can adversely affect your health, and on the flip side, having a positive outlook can improve your negative health. So if you don't see prayer as anything other than just some positive vibes, so be it. Because I don't know, I think we're all big enough uh, adults to not get wrapped up in semantics and words and oh that the word prayer offends me, the words spirit offends me. Hey, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, and far be it for me to judge somebody else's belief, because I mean my beliefs, that they're my beliefs. They come from my head, so they're definitely probably out there. So I don't know, whatever makes somebody feel good to believe in, dude. I support that 100%, whether I believe in it or not. If somebody believes that I don't know, rubbing lily pads on their butt will give them eternal life, and it gives them a positive outlook and makes them feel good, dude, I'll pick some lily pads and rub their butt for them. So um like I don't, and I don't even care to talk to people about beliefs and this and that unless they're just like really wanting to talk about it, and then I'd love to have some like civil discourse and not even like an argument, just like, oh well, I think the way you view things is really cool, and this is how I view things. So what, and I don't know if you knew this or not, Joe, but lily pads do contain a natural moisturizer. So if nothing else, you'll have soft bums. No, nope. I think each and every one of us have the opposite of the monopoly on human truth. We have we basically each and every one of us has the monopoly on human opinion. Oh, we've got a dude. There's a pond like a mile and a half from my house, JB, covered in lily pads. So uh, I don't know how well they travel through the mail, but we can give it a shot. Hey, Hollywood, what's up, man? How are you, buddy? And I got to ask you, are you EDCing a Rambo knife today? Because I saw in your I think it was your last live stream that you had been quite frequently EDCing a rather large fixed blade and enjoying it. And did you happen to bring any lily pads with you, Hollywood? Because JD could you or JB could use some. Uh, Apparently, he's got what's known in the medical profession as in technical terms, a crusty ass, and he needs to rub it with lily pads. Always EDC Rambo knives. That's what's up, man. Heck yeah. See, Winchester is so supportive and positive. He's like, dude, I swear, there's a groupie story in there somewhere, man, and I'll help you any way I can, just as long as this, like I'll help you with the plot. Uh, that's awesome, man. I swear, there's a groupie story in there somewhere. Oh, is stuff we do in here? I see. Stay there. He is. What's happening, stuff? So if stuff visits the chat twice, is that considered double stuff? Cactus does wonders for that too. Yes, cactus is. Yeah, yes, we can. Worm, we will totally hit the pond. As a matter of fact, we can make that the first on our itinerary to hit the pond and do some lily pad rubbing. Double stuff reminds me of a wild party I once went to. Oh, were they were serving Oreos, Hollywood? Because yeah, that dude, I've been to some pretty wild parties that had Oreos on the menu, and hey, let's just say we did the twist a lot that night. Sweet Jesus pond going and lily pad rubbing, and I believe we can probably whip up the "Oh Brother Where Art Thou" soundtrack to play while we're down there, Worm, because I think that would really set the mood. The hell you hunt with this? Everything. Ooh, Michael, I think you have just invented my first merch item. Lavender Lily Super Elixir. Yep, that's what I'm talking about, Worm, man. We'll have some dang um that whole like down to the river at play to pray song playing, and or dude, we can do like a that song with Man of Constant Sorrows medley. No, 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 we can't do that, Hollywood. That yeah, that tends to tighten up the buttocks of everyone in the vicinity when they hear that. Is Oreo a slang term for what I think it is? Yeah, it's It's basically which they have different varieties. I know they have like the golden ones that are like a golden cookie with the white cream filling, and then there's the chocolate cookies, like they're chocolate two chocolate cookies with the white cream in between them, and the double stuffs are like the ones. Basically, they're saying they have the double amount of stuffing as your typical Oreo. And what they'll do, they you can tell these guys by because they're a little bit thicker, and they do this cool thing. You can kind of like pinch the edge of them, and they'll pop apart like that. And they're a lot easier to kind of scrape that filling off. If you like to do the dipping method, where you like scrape it off and you kind of dip one cookie and just eat it plain, and then dip the other cookie with the cream on it. So, um, South Africa, dude. So you're like surrounded by like kick-ass custom knife makers. Holy crap! But I mean, is it really like that? Because I don't know. Just when I picture South Africa stuff, I just think like every corner you turn, there's going to be this amazing custom knife maker there, like ready to wow you with his wares, kind of like Damascus vendors, but with actual like good stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it's probably not really like that. And Joe, you know what? No judgment, Joe, because this is a judgment-free zone. But I do reserve the right to throw up a little bit in my mouth privately. So so you're actually kind of making me feel like it is like you every corner you go around there's a kick-ass knife maker. And you know what? I actually will, Joe. I'm gonna do that because I don't you can't knock something unless you tried it. Now, if I try it and it's horrible, then I'm gonna give you crap. But until then, I can't give you crap. Um, but dude, like you gotta like take a camera with you next time you walk around town or something, because I want to see like what the like how often you run into awesome. Like, do you? And it's the stupidest thing you've probably ever heard in your life. Have you run into like Gareth Bull just in passing, or anybody like that? South Africa and the police would basically rob that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, Tim. Yeah, and like I I think that was the one where they were like gonna execute a dude for like nothing or something. I don't know, and he escaped. Use orange juice instead of milk with cereal. Um, I don't know why that brings this to mind, but my dad did tell me that when he was in Vietnam, like the water was you don't want to drink it, you don't want to use it for anything, and basically, I guess because it was so easy to come by, because I think things were times were different back then, and they'd sent pallets of it over. Like basically, their bottled water was or beer was their bottled water. They would brush their teeth with beer. They would put beer on their cereal. Like beer was their go-to beverage. Dude, bees. You know who that is? That's Jody's friend Ryan Pikey. We were talking about earlier. He does the weird combo thing. Oh, it is pasteurized. That I mean, you bring up a very valid point, Joe, and I'm gonna have to try that. That's never thought about that. That is well, I never entered my mind, but yeah. Um, yeah, the big guy with the beard, and he, you know what time it is? Sinker and drinker. But he like people send him money to like try uh like watermelon with mustard and cantaloupe with ranch dressing and yep, beer instead of water. Actually, that's what beer literally used to be in ancient times. We brewed beer because water could kill you if some deer shit in it upstream. Well, I mean, as long as you lived in an area where there weren't a lot of deer, you'd probably be pretty safe. Fire Cheetos in milk. Like the flaming hot Cheetos? Like, is this a suggestion from you, Bees, or is this something that uh, Ryan tried on TikTok? Because he gets very random combinations suggested, and apparently he almost feels obligated to try each and every one because if not, he's received death threats for not wanting to or just not being able to get to combinations before. Fire Cheetos and milk. Huh, that's that's definitely interesting, and I mean I'm not against trying it. I'd try it so I could tell people what it tastes like. And actually, my daughter's biological mother, her father turned me on to something that sounded kind of gross at the time, but it actually ended up being really good. Is Ritz crackers kind of crumbled up in milk with just a little bit of sugar sprinkled on them. It's tasty. Giardi, dude, my mom got Giardi at when I was I think like late middle school, and it ended up making her lactose intolerant. Good night, Todd. Todd Carr, is he leaving us? All right, dude. Is it somebody in your family's birthday too, Todd? Did I miss that? I mean, I know I'm clueless, but so we definitely got Jason's daughter. We got Lefty's daughter, and maybe potentially a child in Todd's family. Right? See, bees are delicious. Crackers and milk is freaking awesome. He did the I don't know that what that word means. Surstroming is flaming hot Cheetos and pickle juice. Okay. What is surstroming? I don't know what sound that those little dots make the O make, so I'm stuck on the stramming. Graham crackers and milk, yes, they are. And I had a cat when I lived in California that I had a nightly ritual of when I got home from work, I would cut on Nick at Night because it was um, before TV Land originated out of that, and watch I think Andy Griffith, no, not Andy Griffith, Dick Van Dyke Show, Green Acres, and like another couple of shows. And um, I would utilize this large glass tubed instrument that would you could inhale this herbal smoke. Well, whenever that I broke that little glass tube out, the cat would come running and jump. I would sit on the futon, and she would come sit next to me, and I would uh, give her aromatherapy with the herbal smoke, and then she'd spend the rest of the night sitting next to me eating graham crackers and watching Nick at Night. Like brown sugar. Wait, whoa, what? What's going on here with it? There's brown sugar involved, but somebody wishes it wouldn't have happened. Toast and warm milk with sugar. I've heard that's good too. Actually, be for Baron. So wait, is somebody explaining what this peanut butter spread on a plate with brown sugar on top, freezer for 5-10 minutes. I wish that sounds actually amazing. Oh yes, the fermented fish. That's the yes. He I'm pretty sure he vomited off camera on that one. Um yeah, that no. Peanut butter spread on a plate with brown sugar on top, freezer why do you wish that it wasn't true? Because that sounds amazing. I like really want to go do that right now. Bees. See, I've never had popcorn and milk, but dude, I can see how like buttered popcorn would be good with milk because it's like I don't know, like a that super buttery, salty flavored kind of forming like a buttery creaminess with the milk. And I think my niece that I raised to the party for her little girl turning 3 this year. Oh, that's awesome, Todd. Heck yeah. So definitely, I guess that would be like a god granddaughter, or the heck, I mean, almost just like a granddaughter, really, since you uh, raised your niece as your daughter, pretty much. So yeah, that's cool. So you're gonna be a proud grandparent tomorrow of her third birthday party. That's awesome, man. I hope it's absolutely fabulous day for her, and I hope she is filled with joy. All right, David, you have a good night, my friend, and get you some rest. And everybody that is headed to bed, get some good rest and wake up refreshed tomorrow and prepared for tomorrow's live stream with special guest Justin. And I don't want to. I don't know how he. I know he. There's a lot of subscribers that are Facebook friends with him, and his last name is on Facebook, but I don't know how comfortable he is with that. So I'm just going to call him Justin and leave it at that. Good food, family, and laughter. Yes, sir, Todd. That's right, man. And hey, spread some peanut butter on a plate and put some brown sugar on it and throw that bad boy in the freezer for 5 or 10 minutes and try it, because I think that'll be awesome. Give us an update tomorrow evening, maybe. You haven't had milk, dude? You know what? No, I've had milk because I get just a huge craving for milk, and I'll buy like a half gallon and drink 1 glass out of it, and the rest goes to waste. But funny thing is, that's one of the big questions on Ray's. What is it? The classy, trashy quiz or whatever. If you drank milk with your dinner, and and want to see one of the specifics he brings up is spaghetti, dude. Yeah, I had milk with spaghetti. I had milk, but see, it wasn't dinner. I had milk with every single meal. Even if it was a bowl of cereal, I had a glass of milk with my bowl of cereal. And my mom was big on, I guess, the calcium thing, maybe. But yeah, that was my drink. Every meal was milk in a big glass. It wasn't just like a little tumbler. Like it was, it wasn't like a rocks glass. It was like a pint glass or bigger. Yes, sir. Todd and David, y'all have a good night and enjoy some birthday parties. Todd and David, you enjoy some good rest and waking up to an awesome day tomorrow. And yeah, Winchester, I could never give up cereal. That's my entire life. It's been one of my favorite food groups. Cereal is just, it's a snack, it's a meal, it's refreshing, it's filling, it's absolutely fabulous. Yeah, are you garbage? That's it. That's it. Are you garbage? Which I always forget that that's the question, because it's just for me it's an automatic yes. Yes, I am. Now what's the questions? All right, equal parts peanut butter and a can of chocolate frosting. Microwave for around a minute and a half, stirring until combined refrigerated cream. Oh boy. Oh man, that sounds absolutely amazing. And there's the mention of nut milks. I'm not sure this is entirely the place for. I said this is a porn-free zone, Rusty. So, um, yeah, the are you garbage is the game from from some like crazy world famous podcast, and Ray uses it, which he hasn't used it in a while, man. We haven't heard any are you garbage. I think that's why I forget the name of it. The wife's birthday was Thursday. Dude, there's all kinds of EDC family members uh, celebrating yearly milestones here. Yep, dude. Like I'm telling you, cereal is it's a first choice. It's a go-to. It's a snack. It's a meal. It's an all-encompassing food. Good night, Todd. Appreciate you hanging with us, man. Oh, you know what, Beaver Baron? I had that totally backwards. It's not a porn-free zone. It's a free porn zone. That's my mistake. Totally my mistake. So, sexual nut milk. Which case, I don't partake. Oh, it's a lifestyle choice. Each, each, it's a conscious choice to not partake in sexual nut milk. Yep, that's it. I didn't say what kind of porn. I mean, it might be uh, free cartoon midget porn or something. I don't know. I'm still tickled by the sexual nut milk statement. Whoa, 27th. Heck yeah, dude. Michael Morgan and Rusty Knife Lover making it work out there, dude. Like, doesn't sound like they have lost a lot of money in totaled broomsticks. So there's hope for all of us, man. Like, it's out there. Right now, I just choose to focus my time on more uh, things that are more of a definite instead of a could be potentially awesome, could be potentially hell on earth. Wait, wait, Joe did something awesome too. Uh, 22 next month. Golly, like you guys are right around that quarter century mark, man. That's freaking awesome. Which it means you guys are just like super understanding, or you've got awesome wives, or a combination of both. Well, I'm glad, Ninja. Anytime I can make somebody laugh, that's a plus in my book. I feel accomplished, and I feel like maybe somebody's day is a little bit brighter, and there might be a certain dark cloud that's been following them around that might have lightened up a little bit. What's the name of the Grateful Hispanics? why, why did it have to go to? Oh my goodness! I hate you, Michael Morgan. The 20th year was the toughest. Well, I wonder why that is, because I've heard that before. Holy cow! Oh Lord, Jody, talk about longevity, and Mark's at 28. Hell, throw them years in there, guys. Let's hear them. Let's see them. Learn to see. That's what I'm saying. Rusty, pick your battles, man. And you know, if you have one partner that has learned the art of picking the battles, and the other one is still struggling, that causes a conflict too. Well, it did with me because I was always resented for the fact that I didn't get pissed off at every single thing that she did, and she did get pissed off at every little single thing I did. So 21 for B for Baron. Golly, there's a lot of guys that got some 20 ups, and I don't know, I consider anything within a couple of years of 20 years. Uh, 17 years, that's 20 years. 18, especially when you're talking about marriage. 17 is 20, 18 is 20, that 12 is 20. Let's go ahead and give everybody some credit, man. Mean left hook, but my uppercut always. My ex had a mean left hook, but my jaw always won. And see, that's funny about Worm, man. Like if you, I don't know, you just see posts and stuff with him and his wife, they look like that happy couple that's just been married forever, and it's only been 2 years. Like that's really cool. I like seeing couples that have only been married a couple of years, and they're just, I mean, they're so comfortable in it, and they complement each other so well. Going for 13 years. Right on, stuff. You're either about the same age as me because you're about to turn 48, or you're a year older than me because you already are 48. Got married on 11/6, turning it upside down. Nine. Yep, you got that right. But see, you had EMS on speed dial, so that's what saved it, Mark. Hey, 9 years together. To my book, you're married, Z-man. I mean, unless you're like adamantly against marriage, then no, you're totally not married. Y'all are like um, cohabiting life partners. But I mean, if you got nothing against marriage, I consider y'all married, husband and wife. I've never known you and Mariana to fight, Hollywood. Just is that a thing? Oh, so y'all were like really good friends, like had awesome conversations and stuff for a while before you got together. You know, I have noticed in my life, Hollywood, that there is one thing that will cause a problem with your girlfriend or wife, and that is your other girlfriends or other wives. Those normally do cause a bit of friction between you and a spouse. Yep, that's it. That's what I'm saying. When says there's common law, I don't know. I mean, well, it is pretty common nowadays, and it is law. Wear rings caught. Oh, okay, right on. Say, yeah. I mean, what is legal? It's not like you're breaking any law, so it's not illegal. So, in my opinion, it's totally legal, dude. Um, and that was the one positive that came out of me and my ex's relationship is we weren't, like as Z-Man says, legally married, so we didn't have to get divorced, and that was one horrendous experience we didn't have to go through. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Hollywood. I don't know why they would get mad at. I guess maybe they just don't get along with your other girlfriends. Maybe you need to make sure that your the personalities of your girlfriends uh, kind of mesh better. That, that might be something to look into, or maybe just trying them one girlfriend at a time. Ooh, stalkers. I don't know. I don't think we rate a stalker, but two is one, one is none does not apply to. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it depends on whose perspective you're looking from. Like some girls, I mean, some guys like it's more like 10 is one and eight is none. So, but most girls, it's like one is one and two is a recipe to get your ass kicked. Yeah, and Hollywood is definitely knee deep in girlfriends, and he is not wearing his hip waders. Yeah, dude, I don't have the energy for that either, Joe. It's like one's enough to keep up with. I mean, you got to learn all their likes and their dislikes, and that's a lot of learning. And I've been out of school for a while, and I hate taking notes, so I basically have to like commit it all to memory. All right, Michael. You have a good. Well, it's 2:20 in the morning. Your night's over, dude. Have a good day. Have a great morning of sleep, and hopefully you get some sleep. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the live stream with Justin. And yeah, have a happy day, dude. Hopefully there's just plenty of happiness in your day and some joy mixed in. And take just take a minute or two to appreciate the small stuff, man. I don't think we We do that enough anyway. 220. I think he's one of those East Coast Canadians like Todd Carr is. So it's like they've already seen into the future. They have an advantage over the rest of us. Hey, Michael, if you're still in here, what's Saturday like, dude? You got the lottery numbers or anything? Yeah, super East Coast. It's like you're so far east, you're almost west. Yeah, I'm from well, I guess from the about dead center of South Carolina, and it's 123 here too, Beaver Baron. So you get girlfriends that have the same name. You say, I don't know if I can be that picky. Yeah, and honestly, you better just really like that name because you're gonna hear it a lot and think it a lot and speak it a lot. So it better be one that just rolls off the tongue and that you're, very fond of. I don't think Drusilla would be one that you would want to pick because it's got a very negative connotation to it. It's a very dark name. 123. Yes, yes, yes. We do have a heap of East Coasters here. Hey, Rusty, I'm gonna fill you in on a little bit of information. So far, tomorrow does not suck, dude. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is. Well, it's 5:25 somewhere. If it was 5 o'clock somewhere, I think there would be like a tear in the space-time continuum. There'd be like a little overlap. Hey, what's up, Alex? Welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Uh, I'm I'm a minute ahead. Well, when I came back from the bathroom, I did hit 88 miles an hour, so I may have popped into about a minute into the future. I didn't even go to see. That it works so flawlessly with my time travel. You guys didn't even see me get up and go to the bathroom. Things have been, whoa, y'all got some tremors going on, Mark, or like aftershocks from full blown earthquakes. Hopefully not near populated areas. Oh boy, yeah, those are never fun, especially for us East Coasters visiting or just freshly having freshly moved to the West Coast. That's a whole nother, because especially because we've seen the movies, man. Like the one with the Rock in it, and then they're terrifying. I don't want to have to go swim through buildings, so I'm gonna keep my feet on semi-solid ground. 1.21 gigawatts. Dude, my flux capacitor is firing on all cylinders. Ooh, Alex is in the city of Lost Angels. That is an interesting city right there, and in a good way. I mean, it's so diverse, and you see some cool crap there, man. I didn't spend much time, like I didn't spend as much time in LA as I did San Diego, but both of those places were just really awesome to visit. Yeah, and flux capacitors are definitely not cheap to replace, so you got to take care of them. Um, But I don't know. I would have to say I guess I prefer San Diego over Los Angeles just because of I like the historical what do they call it, old town, old something, the not new place, the back in time area. Uh, but yeah, like the older parts of San Diego, and that is of course where they held the Summer X Games, so that was cool. Yeah. Okay. So you've experienced both firsthand over long periods of time. So yeah, it's definitely way more laid back in San Diego until you get further south and you know, which I don't know how it is now. Back then, I mean, could freely go. They didn't even advise against going to Tijuana to party. Like it was encouraged. You know, everybody should go at least once to experience it. Now it's kind of like it turned into uh, try at your own risk to strongly discourage it to I don't even know if you're allowed to go anymore. I think his was producing like right at 1.2 gigawatts, and that running a little bit low can cause them to explode. San Francisco used to be awesome. Now it's a festering toilet. Dang, that yeah, dude. San Francisco was an awesome town. That was another one of my favorite places. How? Please tell me Monterey's not a toilet because I don't. That might have been like hands down my favorite area. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it, Mark. But see, this was like mid '90s. So I don't know. It still had a bit of uh, I don't know. Tijuana was kind of distinguished. I mean, not distinguished, but I don't know. It had a little bit of a people respected it. You know, it was definitely an experience that everybody or most people would recommend. And I had some good times there and bought some really crappy things for cheap and saw some cool stuff. Damn, those it's where's my darling Wabbit? What? 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 Wait, maybe if I'm gonna figure this out because I feel like it is hilarious and I can't decipher it. 3 techs that live in Mexico and work in the San Diego area. I mean, and honestly, like, okay, so, and I don't remember what was going. There was like a lot of people in the street. I don't, it wasn't like a protest or anything, and it wasn't like a celebration. There was just a heap of people, and it was during the day. Um, you know, because Tijuana during the day and Tijuana at night are like it's like you're in two. It's like you're in two different countries, really. Like it's not the same at all. But we were down there during the day one time because, like, I had to go during the day. I wanted to like haggle with the vendors and just experience that whole thing. And it's trash now, but maybe it was always trash. Uh, oh, dialing one. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the most affluent area for sure, and I mean, there was some parts that were really like heartbreakingly sad, uh, and some things that I saw that were heartbreakingly sad. And to them, it was just like everyday life, and that was even more heartbreaking. But um, we were down there at one time, and we heard like this big ruckus, and I saw something like flap in the air. There was a taxi involved because, dude, the Tijuana taxi drivers do not obey rules of the road at all. None of them. Like even like they don't even obey like laws of physics. But there was a taxi involved, and there was things that flew up in the air that were involved, and it looked like horse hooves. I just automatically assumed that it was maybe from a mounted police officer or something. Like there was an accident, the horse got hit because it looked like horse legs like flew up in the air, and I was like, oh, I said, dude, I'm pretty sure a horse just got hit, and I really want to go check this out. Well, we got closer and closer and closer and closer, and it turned out, I don't know if you guys know what a moo is, but it was a extremely large Tijuana citizen, female Tijuana citizen, wearing a bright yellow moo sitting in the middle of the street. She had been hit by a taxi and like hit hard enough to where she hit the ground and her feet flew up in the air, but she was like, she ended up being able to stand. She wasn't like permanently injured, like seriously injured, didn't need to go to the hospital or anything. Yeah, she like ass over tea kettle and was fine. Hit by a car. And yeah, T yeah, TJ was not the safest neighborhood to visit at all, whatsoever. And as far as like the taxi thing, I was all right. So it was me and my first wife and my buddy Troy, who I was stationed with, and we rode down together because he wanted to check out TJ, and he was a avid drinker, as for most of us, and at that point in the military. But so when we went down for our day trip, he ended up, me and the girl I was dating, we were in the back seat, and he ended up in the passenger seat. And I don't know if it was like I was so nervous that it turned into hysterical laughter, but I just the entire taxi ride I was laughing hysterically, and he was Troy was switching back and forth between screaming and gripping the taxi driver's forearm in a death grip, and which made it even more hilarious because I mean we're talking like wrong way down one-way streets, like 75 miles an hour through parking lots with like very narrow aisles. Like it felt like it was a choreographed like stunt driving scene pretty much, and Troy was not let in on the choreography, so he was terrified. And I mean, I think I was terrified, but I was just too tickled to like really care. So, oh, is Bees taking off? All right, Bees. That seems like about your cutoff point, like 5.5 hours or so. And that you're a better man than me, man, because I don't always survive so well on 5.5 hours. And a Golic is taking off as well. And it looks like we are at 2 hours, almost 3 hours, about 2 hours 50 minutes, which seems like is a good cutoff point here lately. And went to a place where they had just found severed heads. Yeah, luckily that wasn't going on back then. 2 years ago on the lake, you could look. You'll see well-armed individuals standing security in the fields. Were they guarding crops of some sort, Jody? I'm assuming. But yeah, guys, I thoroughly enjoyed tonight. I think it has been one of the most enjoyable nights I've had, period, anywhere doing anything. And I have you guys to thank for it because you guys are responsible for an awesome night collectively. And you guys are actually responsible for awesome weeks and months on end collectively. So I definitely appreciate that. And like I said, each and every one of you are responsible for it. So thank you. And thank you big time for coming and hanging out with me. Like I said, this is my selfish time where I pull you guys away from your all the important stuff you have to do to come hang out with me. So I feel like I have friends, and I appreciate you indulging me. But honestly, I had a great time, guys, and I love each and every one of you. And I hope you have an awesome Saturday and a amazing what little bits left of what you could consider Saturday night. Depending on where you're at. But thanks, guys. Uh, You're always welcome here. The door is always unlocked and always wide open for you. And we'll try and keep the furniture as comfortable as possible. Keep the throw pillows fluffed and everything, and plenty of throw blankets in case you are cold natured. So come on in, make yourself at home, and until I see you again, get on out there and EDC your ass off and do something nice for somebody. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.